Are you aware that the law of cause and effect applies to every aspect of your life, including your thoughts, feelings, and imagination? Did you know that by practicing semen retention and/or NoFap, you are not only helping yourself, but others as well? You see, every thought leaves an imprint in the ether. It impresses your subconscious. Hence, you will manifest these thoughts into your existence. Your fantasies are bound by the same laws of cause and effect. What you imagine can have profound consequences, impacting not only yourself, but also those you may think about. Consider the gravity of the repercussions associated with engagement in activities such as slavery, human trafficking, prostitution, and abuse. You might see yourself as innocent, but if you have consumed pornography, you have been a part of it. The term pornography essentially refers to depictions of prostitutes. It comes from a Greek word originally meaning bought, purchased. Porn and pornos were slaves bought and sold, so the slave master would profit from lust. That business still exists today. When most people hear the word slavery, they often immediately think of the enslavement of Africans in past centuries. Between 1450 and 1900, the Atlantic slave trade enslaved approximately 12.8 million people. However, it's crucial to recognize that there is more slavery today than at any point in our history. It is simply concealed behind closed doors. This form of slavery exists due to the presence of lust and pornography. Slavery, addiction, and sexual abuse all contribute to the profitability of the pornography industry. Those involved in the production of pornography aim to capitalize on humanity's addiction to lust, often without consideration for the suffering it inflicts. When lust hath taken hold, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. James 1:5. Triple is the gate of this hell, the destruction of the self, lust, anger, and greed. Therefore one should abandon these three. Bhagavad Gita 16:2. Suffering is caused by desire. Since pornography only increases desire, it can only increase suffering. Desire never rests by enjoyment of lusts. As fire surely increases, the more fuel is offered to it. Hindu Manusmriti 294. Pornography actively encourages and reinforces a harmful addiction to lust. This addiction in turn seizes control of our willpower and triggers a gradual and complete deterioration of an individual's well-being. Rather than embracing a path of self-renewal, where we channel our surplus energy through practices like NoFap or semen retention to nurture our mental, physical, and spiritual health, addiction compels us down a destructive spiral. To substantiate this claim, one only needs to examine the life of an addict for compelling evidence. A pornography addict, for example, remains in a perpetual state of dissatisfaction, yet continues to pursue their fixation, unwittingly stoking feelings of anger, aggression, and depression. This relentless quest for satisfaction ultimately leads to an escalating abuse of one's sexual energy and the associated glands. Over time, this abuse results in the depletion of one's vital energy, culminating in premature aging, impotence, sexual dysfunction, glandular imbalances, and the potential emergence of other addictions. Due to the decline in our sexual vitality, there is a growing trend in the use of synthetic chemicals and drugs to try and replenish the depleted sexual energy. Pornography has detrimental effects on both the mind and the heart. Specifically, the heart becomes desensitized, loses its emotional depth, and becomes consumed by feelings of emptiness, discontent, despair, and loneliness. It also loses its natural sensitivity, empathy, and moral compass. Furthermore, a person's conscience can deteriorate, leading them to engage in shameful and even criminal acts when they continually seek more intense and stimulating sensations. This is why there is a high incidence of violent sexual crimes. Pornography often confuses people, blurring the lines between lust and love. When individuals mistakenly interpret lustful behavior as a manifestation of love, it can lead to a range of negative consequences, including adultery, divorce, promiscuity, loneliness, depression, and even suicide. Engaging in pornographic sexual fantasies corrupts and depletes our creative potential, as our sexual energy is intricately linked to our creative power. Wasting sexual energy equates to squandering creative energy. Those who live dreaming of carnal passion stupidly waste their creative energy in the satisfaction of their fantasized pleasures. Ordinarily, these people do not progress in their business. They fail in every sense. They end up in misery. Samael Anweor. Pornography is a doorway to prostitution, which destroys the conscience and body of everyone involved with it. The word pornography implies slavery. Are you a slave of pornography? Can you live without it? Spiritual development is equivalent to not being a slave to anything. Thus, if you want to be liberated from suffering, you must first be liberated from slavery to porn and lust. Addiction is slavery, self-imposed. Furthermore, can you really accept the suffering that porn causes for others? The porn industry is linked to sexual slavery worldwide, including the prostitution, enslavement, and sexual abuse of children. The use of pornography supports the enslavement and degeneration of humanity. If you truly want to live a spiritual life and benefit other people, your every action must reflect that goal. Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery with her already in his heart. Matthew 5:27-28. The insect rushes towards the fire or lamp, thinking that it is a flower and gets burnt up. Even so, the passionate man runs towards a false beautiful form, thinking that he can get real happiness there, and gets himself burnt up in the fire of lust. Bill Vaughan. The path to paradise lies in the practice of chaste sexuality and love, a secret embedded in every religion. Authentic spiritual growth involves the cultivation of consciousness qualities like love, selflessness, humility, and kindness. Consequently, true spirituality and the indulgence in lust and pornography are incompatible. One cannot grow spiritually if one is involved with the slavery and prostitution of others, nor with addiction to lust. Therefore, those who sincerely want upright spiritual development must abandon pornography and lust. Addiction to porn can be conquered by applying intelligent actions. First, stop looking at it, right now and forever. Higher emotions, like love, can conquer negative ones like lust. Practice seeing others as if they were your own children, rather than with lustful intentions. Every day, contemplate the suffering that lust and pornography cause, so that you will develop a strong resolve. Avoid lustful influences and seek innocent ones. Spend time with innocent people, such as children, the elderly, or those who are spiritually dedicated. Engaging with these positive influences will fortify your heart and enhance your commitment to doing what is morally right. Make it a daily practice to learn how to channel and transmute your sexual energy. If you are single, consider studying pranayama. If you are married, explore the concept of scientific chastity by engaging in sexual cooperation with your spouse. Take time to study scriptures, particularly those related to semen retention, NoFap, or sexual energy transmutation. It's important to recognize that lust can create a negative atmosphere and attract subtle parasites that deplete our energy. But the only way to definitively conquer lust and addiction to porn is through abstinence and meditation. Only meditation has the power to expose the roots of suffering hidden deep within our mind. And you will discover a new way of living and the path out of suffering. This is the narrow path that many will not go through. We pray that you walk this path with us and bring others along in our journey to paradise.